Good evening, everybody, and welcome to beautiful and historic Labatt Memorial Park for this evening's affair between the Barrie Baycats and the London Majors. A little bit delayed here at the Forks of the Thames in downtown London. These fans are hungry for baseball, and so are we. Up here in the Game Day London broadcast booth, it's just me on the call for you tonight. My name is Dylan Baker, and it's great to be with you this evening as the Majors take on the Baycats, trying to continue their success against this ball club this year. They're 2-1 against Barrie this season, and they're entering a tough stretch in the schedule. But before we look ahead to that, let's look at what the Majors did last weekend. They played a 4-4 on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday last weekend. A victory over the Hamilton Cardinals in extra innings on Friday night at Barrie Baycats Memorial Stadium in Hamilton. In a dicey, close game, the Majors were able to work out a victory. Then on Saturday, they took on the Welland Jackfish. That was their lone loss of the weekend, falling at the pond to the Fish by a score of 6-2. Before on Sunday, they completed a game that they had previously started earlier in the month of July against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. The Majors were victorious in that game by a score of 6-5. And then on Monday, a quick one, 2.5 hours, all it took for the Majors to take down the Barnstormers by a score of 7-0. They put 7 on the board in the first inning off of Barnstormers starter Cam O'Reilly and never looked back. They did not score another run the rest of the game, but neither did the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. So the Majors, they've got this Baycats ball club coming up tomorrow. It's a busy stretch for the Majors, and prior to today's game, I had a chance to sit down with Majors skipper Roop Chanderdat for today's Roop's Report. Apologies due to some technical issues. We'll bring you the Roop's Report a little bit later on for the Barrie Baycats. It was an eventful one earlier this week as they took on the Kitchener Panthers in what was a very close affair that resulted in a bit of a scrum in that contest, actually, between the Baycats and Maple Leafs, not the Kitchener Panthers. A 10-9 victory for Toronto at Christie Pitts in a typical high-scoring affair at that diamond on a Wednesday night. It's always the Wednesdays, too. It's never the Sundays that are high-scoring. It's when it's a Wednesday night and everybody's got work in the morning that those games run very, very long. Let's take a look now at the starting pitching matchup in today's game. It is brought to you by Throw London, and it features two of the best lefties in the Intercounty Baseball League. Frank Garces for the Barrie Baycats, 7-1 on the season, a 2.23 earned run average, 9.23 K per nine, not overly elevated, but you look at that 1.4 walks per nine. He generates so much weak contact and does not walk anybody really at all, and he diced up the Majors in the first matchup between these two teams here at Labatt Park earlier this year. Looking for that same success here on this Friday night against the Majors. His counterpart is Travis Keys. Keys 5-2 on the year, coming off a bit of a rough patch in his season. That ERA elevated a little bit at 3.48 and 9.58 strikeouts per nine and 3.48 walks per nine. We'll see what Travis Keys is able to bring against this Barrie Baycats ball club. Went through about 3 or 4 outings where he really struggled out there before he found his groove again, and as of late he's resembled the Travis Keys of old, including in a great start against the Hamilton Cardinals 1 week ago today, trying to build off of that against a very, very good Baycats ball club. The Majors trail the Barrie Baycats in the standings by just 2 games, and they play those 2 games today and tomorrow. If the Majors emerge victorious in both of them, then they're tied with Barrie for the second spot in the Intercounty Baseball League standings. If they don't, well, they've got some work to do, but luckily for them, they've got a busy, busy stretch coming up. As mentioned, they're in Barrie tomorrow. Then they take on the Hamilton Cardinals here on Sunday. They take on Hamilton again on Tuesday, that one at Barrie Arbor. Then on Wednesday, they're in Guelph taking on the Royals. On Friday, they host the Guelph Royals here at Labatt Park before going to Guelph again on Saturday. So it's a 3-game series for Guelph and London next week, and the Majors round out the regular season against Kitchener on Sunday. A lot of baseball still left to be played, and that includes here tonight at Labatt Park. We're thrilled you're with us, and we're thrilled you waited through the delay. We'll be right back after this. This was the BP8 Fitness pregame show, functional strength training for everybody.
in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
I think this team has the potential to win another championship.
All the boys have talked about it in the clubhouse, getting that three-peat, you know.
You guys can win. You guys can win.
Get suited up with us for our big night. We went to Collins Clothiers. They had suits and tuxedos in various colors and styles. The staff helped us pick exactly what we wanted. They custom fit our suits for the perfect fit. They even matched us to our date's dress. It was so much fun trying on suits with the boys on the VIP night. They even got us pizza while we tried clothes on.
For prom kids, of course, are going to be the best dressed.
We felt so confident and looked amazing.
Beautiful rendition of the national anthem, complete with a flyover from some Canadian geese. No better way to kick us off on a Friday night, albeit 45 minutes plus later than expected because the Barrie Baycats got caught in some traffic down the 407 on the bus today and could not make it in time for today's ball game, delaying us by quite some time, but we're glad you're with us. The fans in the ballpark have been entertained throughout the entire delay because today is UNESCO City of Music Night at Labatt Memorial Park, and there have been concerts next to the ballpark all night long, so the fans have been well entertained here at the Forks of the Thames, and we're thrilled you're with us here on the broadcast. Let's take a look now at the starting lineup for the Barrie Baycats in today's ball game, taking on Travis Keys. Now, we're going to be honest, we don't really know if this has stayed the lineup. We assume it has. As far as we've been told, this is identical to what it will look like in game. We got it a little bit earlier on from the Baycats. Not sure if things changed with the extended period of rest on the bus. Things kick off with one of the best leadoff hitters in the Intercounty Baseball League in Kenise Ejo. He'll be followed by Brandon Hernandez, who's the shortstop in the 2 spot. Then Hayden Jaco, the former London Major, is catching and batting third. Nolan Macabroda bats in the cleanup spot. He's in left field tonight. Malik Williams, brother of former London Major Josh, is in the 5 spot at first base. Asafa Jones is the designated hitter, and he's batting 6th. Adam Odd batting 7th at third. Brandon Nicholson, the former Welland Jackfish and Hamilton Cardinal, is in right field batting 8th, and Kyle Maves rounds things out in this Barrie Baycats lineup. In front, or behind, I should say, Frank Garces. The Majors looking for success from the left-hander Travis Keys, who you see on your screen there. Keys trying to build off his successful outings as of late. His last time out to the mound, I mentioned it off the top, was against the Hamilton Cardinals a week ago today on Friday night. Went 6 2/3 innings, surrendered 9 hits, a little bit elevated in that category. 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. And when that strikeout number is high, you know that Travis Keys is rolling. He left 4 runners on base in that contest. Got a no decision in the affair because obviously that game went to extra innings. Victor Payano closed things out for London and got the win, but Keys, a phenomenal performance for London. Looking to continue that here on this Friday night. It's got to be difficult for the players as well, having had to wait as long as they have to get things going on this Friday night. Everybody expecting to have first pitch fly at 7:35, just as we normally do at Labatt Park. Not the case, but like I've mentioned, we are so glad you're with us. And now we're finally ready for baseball between the London Majors and the Barrie Baycats. Dylan Baker on the call with you here on this Friday evening. Kenise Ijo will step into the batter's box here for Barrie to kick things off. If you're an overall IBL fan and you watched the Intercounty Baseball League All-Star game, you would have seen this exact matchup to kick things off. Travis Keys against Kenise Ijo, and Kenise Ijo wasted no time. I believe it was the second pitch of the game that he took deep to left field to get things going for the North team. Travis Keys looking for a bit of a better start here on this Friday night. The left-hander sets out there on the rubber, and we are underway here at Labatt Memorial Park. Ijo swings through the first offering for the Majors left-hander, and he's down to the count 0-1. .8:19 time of first pitch here. Keys kicks and delivers, swing and a miss by Ijo there. It's 0-2. The home plate umpire in today's game is Ben Mercier. Over at first base, James Deacon. And at third is Rob Stevenson. Keys ahead early here on Kenise Ijo, 0-2, trying to put him away and get the Majors their first out rather quickly. In the first inning, here's the offering. In the air, center field sinking quickly. Tough play for Garner. He'll range over, but it'll drop in front of him. And the Barrie Baycats are in business. They've got a leadoff base hit. Kenise Ijo did a great job staying with that pitch on the outside part of the plate from Travis Keys and sending it to the opposite field. So he's aboard of the base hit, and that will bring up Brandon Hernandez. Hernandez, left-handed hitter, playing shortstop today. Keys kicks and delivers. Off the plate outside for ball 1. Keys a tough lefty out there on the rubber. Does have a couple of pickoffs this season. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball, didn't quite catch the zone, and it is 2 balls and no strikes here. Kenise Ijo over at first base does have some speed. 15 stolen bases this year. Has been caught 4 times. But 15 stolen bases, I believe, would lead most teams in the Intercounty Baseball League. 2-0 count here from Keys to Hernandez. He'll kick and deal. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Finds the strike zone there and gets the chase from Hernandez after a hitter's count to start things off. Ijo not a very aggressive lead over at first base. Cardoso holding him on. Keys will come over. They might have him picked off, and they do! A great move by Travis Keys. Ijo broke towards second and was caught. A pickoff gets the first out here of the top of the first inning. Mentioned off the top that Keys has a great move. Threw over to Cardoso. Ijo was not running on the pitch, was trying to take his secondary lead, and was caught hanging. Baycats trying to plead for a balk call, not going to get one. 2-1 count here to Hernandez. The left-hander Keys delivers. Swing and a miss, 2-2. So Keys trying to get a second out after the first was retired via the pickoff. Hernandez batting .393 in 15 games this season for Barrie. Here's the offering off the end of the bat, fouled towards the screen, and we'll try again on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hernandez has 1 long ball, 10 runs batted in, 5 walks and 15 strikeouts. So he's averaging a strikeout per game. Definitely a guy who will strike out from time to time. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. In the air, foul territory. That one will slice out of play. Pretty good crowd on hand here on this Friday night at Labatt Park. Not sure if it's because of the pregame entertainment with the concerts or the entertainment on the field. Two of the top teams in the IBL duking it out here at the Forks of the Thames in the Baycats and the Majors. Majors, if you read Todd Devlin's great article on Game Day London today, 7-7 in their last 14 games, trying to get back to winning ways as opposed to 500 ways. That one fouled straight back, and we'll try again on 2-2. London got off to a hot start this season, and it's not to say that they lost a major step lately. It's just a major, no pun intended. It's just that they have not quite been up to the same standard at which they were to begin the year. 2-2 count. Keys kicks and deals. Breaking ball doesn't find the inside corner. A little bit too far in on Hernandez, and it's 3-2. Keys trying to avoid the first two guys getting on base. The kick and the come home. Off the end of the bat, fouled off. Great battle being put together by Hernandez. And I hate to break it to somebody in that parking lot, but that one is going to shatter a windshield with how far it was hit. I just hope it wasn't mine this early on in the contest. It is a picture-perfect night for baseball in downtown London. Not too hot, not too cool. The sun is setting at first pitch. Here's the 3-2 from Keys. Fouled off again by Hernandez. It was a 3-pitch at-bat for Kenise Ejo before he singled. It has been a 10-pitch at-bat for Hernandez here. Keys up at 13 pitches already on his second batter. The 3-2 home. On the ground towards shortstop. Mosher to his left has some trouble with it, has to hurry, and the throw's not going to be in time. We'll see how that one gets charged. It will surely be an error, and it is an error charge to tie Mosher over at shortstop. Mosher has had a little bit of trouble over there this season defensively. Has had quite a few errors this year for the Majors. And that will allow Hernandez to reach after a long at-bat. It looked like Keys was going to win it with that ground ball, but the error allows Hernandez to reach. That is Mosher's 9th error of the season. So Hernandez stands over at first, trying not to be another pickoff victim for Travis Keys. Here's the pitch. It is in the dirt to Hayden Jaco for ball one. DeOlio kept it close enough to him that Hernandez could not advance. One 1-0 count. Keys already at 15 pitches. That one lined straight back at the backstop by Jaco, 1-1. You'll see on your screen there Hayden Jaco featuring an interesting bat. It's tan up until the very top where it's red. I'm not a match guy. I'm not familiar with matches, but I think that's what a match looks like. Maybe because Jaco's the spark plug. I don't know. I'm trying to find reasons for a red and tan bat, but Jaco rocking it nonetheless. Trying to see if it'll get him a hit here in this plate appearance. That one off the plate outside, and it's 2-1. Hernandez over at first has 3 stolen bases since he got going with the Baycats. The 2-1 home. Line straight back at the backstop, and it's 2-2. Jaco right on it from Keys right now, as the Majors left-hander will try to put him away. Swing and a miss, strike 3. DeOlio snap throw to first, and they got him! What a play by the Majors to end the top of the first inning. A strikeout from Travis Keys and another defensive gem from Eduardo DeOlio behind the plate. What a play to end the first inning. Keys gets a strikeout he was looking for. And Deolio gets him out of the frame with yet another fantastic play on a pickoff. Hernandez was caught too far off the bag. He could not get around Caden Cardoso, and that will end the first frame. Got to be a little bit frustrating for Baycats manager Josh Matlow as his team runs into 2 outs on the base paths, both pickoffs, one from the starter Keys and one from the catcher Eduardo Deolio. So the Majors get through the first unscathed despite 2 base runners. They head to the bats now against Frank Garces. That's no easy task, but let's take a look at the group that Majors skipper Roop Chanadad is throwing out there to face Frank Garces. It's the same lineup we saw on Monday against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers in the Majors winning effort, in which they put up 7 runs in the first inning and then did not score any the rest of the way, as you slowly see all the players trickle in on your screen there. We will try to get the full graphic up here momentarily, but the starting lineup for the Majors today, it is Gibson Krasminski over at second base to lead things off. There we go. We got it sorted out. Krasminski's at second. He's in the leadoff spot as he has been for the bulk of the season. Drew Lawrence is batting second. In left field today, Eduardo Deolio is catching. Cleveland Brownlee in the cleanup spot. He's the DH this evening. Byron Reichstein's in right field batting 5th. Victor Plauz in his familiar spot at third base batting 6th. Caden Cardoso batting 7th at first. Champ Garner batting 8th in center field. And Ty Mosher rounds things out for London in the 9th spot over at shortstop. The Majors trying to build off of the strong offensive performance on Monday against Chatham-Kent and carry it over today against Garces. Garces, you saw the numbers in the BP8 Fitness pregame show. He's a guy who has been dominant this year. Part of a 3-headed monster for the Barrie Baycats on the pitching staff. They've got 3 really, really incredible arms in Cesar Rosado, Garces, and Juan Benitez as well. All guys who have ERAs in the low 2s. So they are certainly no easy task for hitters at the plate, and we'll see what they're able to offer here, or what Garces is able to offer here, I should say, against a Majors lineup who has done pretty well offensively over their last stretch. They've been looking for consistent offense throughout the entire season, really, and we'll talk about Eduardo Deolio, who seems to have found a stroke a little bit later on in the contest, but London scored 7 on Monday, as mentioned, against Chatham-Kent. They scored a couple in the resumed game against Chatham-Kent on Sunday, only 2 against the Welland Jackfish on Saturday, including an early run or 2, and they scored 6 against the Hamilton Cardinals on Friday. So all in all, you can live with those results on the weekend, and you hope for more of the same here. They're going to face probably 2 of the best starters for the Baycats this weekend, because Barrie understands the opponent that they have to face in the Majors. So we'll see what the pitching matchups are like tonight. You're not going to be disappointed with Garces against Travis Keys. It's Gibson Krasminski stepping into the batter's box here for London to kick off the home half of the first inning. Krasminski has had a great year, batting .300 across 30 games, 33 for 110. 2 homers, 19 runs batted in. Krasminski is 4th among all hitters in batting average for the Majors, 2nd among qualified hitters for London. Only behind Caden Cardoso in that category. Here's the pitch from Garces. Krasminski squares around to bunt. The first pitch will miss for ball 1, low and away. That one there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Garces working quickly. That pitch misses high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike here to the Majors leadoff man. 2-1 home. Can't find the zone. Garces working the outer half a fair amount here to Gibson Krasminski. Has stayed out there on each of the first 4 pitches he's seen. The ball 4 chance picking up, and the 3-1 home on the ground towards shortstop. Weakly hit. Hernandez charging. Couple of steps, throws to first, and it's in time for the first out of the bottom of the first inning. So a nice easy play there for Brandon Hernandez, and there's one gone in the Majors half of the first. The defense for the Barrie Baycats from left to right in the outfield, it's Nolan Macabrota, Kenise Ejo, and Brandon Nicholson. On the infield, it's Adam Ott over at third base. Brandon Hernandez at shortstop. You just saw him make that play. Kyle Maves over at second base and Malik Williams at first. Hayden Jaco behind the plate, catching Frank Garces in this evening's affair. Drew Lawrence out of the batter's box for London, batting .388 this season, only across 20 games though, which is why he is not a qualified hitter in the Intercounty Baseball League's leaderboard. He'd be right up there. That one lined straight back at the backstop. Another pitch on the outside part for Garces. So clearly the plan is to work these majors away and not give them anything that they can pull. Lawrence taking his time, getting back into the batter's box, trying to slow the tempo a little bit of Garces. The 0-1, scoring right a bunt as Lawrence hits a good one. Garces fell off the mound towards the third base side, and Lawrence is going to beat it out. That is a great bunt, and that is a smart bunt from Drew Lawrence. The left-handed pitchers will always fall off the mound towards the third base side. So if you bunt it down the third base side, you're playing right into their hand because their momentum is going that way anyway. That bunt perfectly placed from Lawrence, going up the first base side towards second. Garces, no athlete really can make that play. Doesn't matter who you are, and Drew Lawrence reaches on a great bunt single to put a runner aboard for Eduardo De Olio, who has been white hot as of late. Trying to continue that here and get the majors on the board first with an extra base hit. Lawrence, an aggressive lead over there. Thought Garces was coming over, and instead he delivers to the plate, and De Olio swings through it. It's 0-1. Left-hander sets, kicks, and will come over to first base. Lawrence was ready for it. He's back standing up. Much smaller lead for the Majors left fielder over at first. Garces a bit of a slide step. De Olio sends this one to right center field. It's going to get down in front of Ejo. Around second, charging for third here is Drew Lawrence, and he will pull in there easily. Eduardo De Olio continues to stay hot with a single there, and that will push Lawrence into scoring position just 90 feet away at third base. Great piece of hitting there from De Olio. We've mentioned how Garces is trying to work to the outside edge against these majors. De Olio goes right with it, pokes it into right field, and that allows Lawrence to make it all the way up to third base. Frank Garces wants a new baseball. He will flip the one he's got into the majors dugout. The Cleveland We Love You chant from the Ballflowers raining down as Cleveland steps into the batter's box. He's a guy who's turned things around a fair amount lately. He's been pretty good at the plate, and the Majors hoping for more of that here. With Brownlee up, the Baycats are certainly hoping for a double play. If he hits one on the ground, they're going to be looking to turn it. De Olio likely not running over at first base. First offering to Brownlee in his wheelhouse there. That's a strike, 0-1. Looked like Cleveland was going to be taking all the way on that first pitch, but Garces came on the inside part of the plate to him. Here's the 0-1 from the lefty. Brownlee in the air, not overly deep, shallow right field, charging hard as Nicholson. He lines himself up to throw, makes the catch. Lawrence fakes a break, will pull up. The throw is cut off by Hayden Jaco. And so that fly ball off the bat of Cleveland Brownlee not deep enough to cash the first run of this one for the Majors, though runners do remain at first and third for Byron Reichstein. Reichstein batting just .238 this season, but he has been getting on base for London at a very consistent rate. 23 walks compared to 24 strikeouts. Pretty dead on in that category. And the 23 walks, I believe, leads this Majors ball club this season. So even if Byron is perhaps not swinging it as well as he'd like to, he's still contributing to the ball club by getting on when the Majors need him. Tough matchup here, lefty-lefty against Garces. We'll see who comes out on top. First pitch to Byron's there for a strike, 0-1. Home. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Byron quickly behind in the count. Trying to stay alive here against Garces and push home Drew Lawrence, who stands over at third base. Trying to get out of the inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Garces. A fastball. Tried to get it high on Reichstein, and it sailed a mile high on the Majors right fielder. So luckily Jaco able to come down with it and keep Lawrence over at third, and the count moves to 1-2. The 1-2 home. Reichstein in the air, on the infield. Hernandez backpedaling towards the cut of the grass. He will make the catch, and the Majors will strand a pair in the home half of the first against Frank Garces and the Baycats. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're watching London and Barrie on Majors TV.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ITHROW.ca.
Hello, my name is Jim Nuther with Nuther's The Award Store. Come along with me on a virtual tour to take a look at our amazing products and services that we're able to provide to you to help you with your recreation needs.
Back here for the second inning on Majors TV, and we start off the second frame with a very good boy or girl. No collar on that dog, so no indication, but man, oh man, they are enjoying this ball game here on a Friday night as you get a look at the beautiful London skyline as Eduardo De Olio makes his throw down to second. And up and down first for the Majors, some positives and some negatives. In the first inning, Travis Keys got his strikeout, and there were some great defensive plays, a pickoff from Keys and a pickoff from Eduardo De Olio on what was a strike him out, throw him out double play. But then in the bottom half, they get two runners on and strand them both, which has got to be pretty frustrating for Majors manager Roop Chanadad and really the entire Majors bench. First and third, one away, can't push a run across. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 in the Barrie Baycats order. Nolan McAbrota will lead things off. He'll be followed by Malik Williams and Asafa Jones, as that one's in there for a strike to McAbrota, 0-1. McAbrota, also an Intercounty Baseball League All-Star. He took Braden Farrington deep in the All-Star game in Welland, Ontario. 0-1 home. Breaking ball. McAbrota gives this one a pretty good ride. Right center. Long run for Garner, and he hauls it in. Champ Garner makes a difficult play look routine. A running grab for the first out of the second inning. Was having the discussion before the game today with our producer Keegan MacArthur, and he was telling me, he's like, I think Champ Garner covers the most ground out of any Majors outfielder, and Champ showing off his range right there, making a great grab in the right center field gap for the first out on a well-hit ball off the bat of Nolan McAbrota. So that'll bring up Malik Williams. First pitch is fouled back. It's 0-1. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. That's there for a strike, and it's 0-2 now. Williams batting .276 this year for the Barrie Baycats. A home run, 20 runs batted in. The offering in the dirt. De Olio says he likes that spot, but Williams doesn't bite. Williams has more walks than strikeouts. A very patient guy at the plate and a tough guy to set down on strikes. 14 walks, 13 Ks across 87 at-bats this year. Here's the offering in the dirt. Williams not chasing that one either, and it's 2-2. Not much sharp break on that one from Keys that was deceptive to the hitter in Malik Williams. Pretty easy take there for the big bat. 2-2. Here's the offering from the left-hander. Swing and a miss, strike three. Keys takes something off of that pitch and sets down Williams via the punch-out, his second of the ball game so far, and there's two away in the top of the second inning. Great pitch there from Keys, was going in the dirt on two straight offerings on the 0-2 count, and then comes back on a pitch in the strike zone, but not much on it. And that is the second out, as Asafa Jones will step into the batter's box. First pitch is fouled off. Victor Plauz charging in from third base a little bit late in case Jones was thinking of laying down a two-out bunt. Jones across 3 games batting .273. He's 3 for 11. Has 1 extra base hit. It's a double. 0-1. Doesn't quite find the zone. It's 1-1. Keys does not get the benefit of the doubt there from Ben Mercier, the home plate umpire. 1-1 home. That's there for a strike, and it is a 1-2 now on Jones as Keys tries to set down the Baycats in order here in the top of the second. Looking in for the sign and coming set. Keys kicks and deals. That one is fouled off. Wasn't sure if it was fouled off or if it was cut on and missed. If it was missed cleanly, then DeOlio would have had a bit of a run to go get that baseball. Ben Mercier with the veteran move behind the plate, just going to allow DeOlio to catch his breath a little bit after taking that one off the equipment. He'll dust off the plate and get set for the next offering. The 1-2 from Travis Keys. Swing and a miss, strike three. High fastball from the Majors left-hander. He's got 3 strikeouts through 2 innings, and he sets down the Barrie Baycats in order. A great job by Travis Keys with a quicker second frame as well. 19 pitches in the first, 14 of them strikes, and got out of that inning quicker than perhaps expected thanks to a great play by Eduardo DeOlio and a pickoff of his own. And then in the second, 12 pitches, 9 of them strikes. That's 75% strikes in the frame for Keys. He's filling up the strike zone. When that walk number is a little bit elevated for Travis Keys, he may not have his best stuff, but right now he is looking solid for the London Majors, and he needs to be, because it's not going to be easy for the Majors to push runs across the scoreboard here against Frank Garces. As was illustrated in the first inning, Drew Lawrence, a great bunt single to kick things off with one away. Then Eduardo DeOlio muscles one into the gap that allows Lawrence to move up 180 feet. First and third one away, you think, all right, a run's on the horizon here. 4, 5, and 6 coming up in the order, but not the case. The Majors go down after that on a pop out by Brownlee, and then a pop out from Byron Reichstein as well. So we'll see what the Majors can do in the second frame. They've got 2 hits and 1 error to counter the Baycats' 1 base knock. That was from Kenise Ejo to lead off the ball game. Majors will have 6, 7, and 8 in their order, but it's no average 6, 7, and 8. You've got Victor Plauz batting in the 6th spot. Plauz, an IBL All-Star this season for London, batting .294 across 109 at-bats this year. Caden Cardoso batting 7th. He's hitting .333. Has 6 long balls, 23 runs batted in. And then Champ Garner batting in the 8th spot. Garner hitting .263 on the year. And serves almost like a second leadoff man, even though he's not in that number 9 spot. He's hit at the top of the order a little bit this season for the Majors. So we'll see what Plauz can do against his former teammate here. Plauz, obviously, in his second Inter-County Baseball League season. Began his IBL career with the Barrie Baycats last year. Teammates with a lot of these guys on this Barrie side. Not much turnover for a successful ball club like Barrie. They try to bring as many guys back as they can and fill in the gaps and try to improve upon them. And I would say they've done so. They're a very solid squad this year, just as they were last year, losing in the IBL Finals to the Welland Jackfish in 6 games. First pitch will miss off the plate to Plauz. It's ball 1. Barrie actually took a 2-0 series lead in the finals against the Jackfish last year before Welland won 4 straight. Off the plate outside to Plauz. It's 2-0 here. Garces with a clear plan against this Majors ball club. Work the outside part of the plate. Hasn't found it yet on Plauz. Now comes in with that pitch and finds the strike zone. It's 2-1. You figured that as soon as I mentioned that outside part of the plate thing again, he was going to go on the inside, and exactly what he did there. 2-1 home. Off the plate outside to Plaz here, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. A good hitter's count for Victor Plaz. Plaz 14 walks, 27 strikeouts this season. Ball 4 chance began, and then we're short-lived. 3-1. Plaz gives this one a ride to left field. If it's fair, it's going to go. That one is a foul ball. Oh boy, Victor Plaz sent that one for a pretty good ride down the left field line, but maybe a foot or two foul. Rob Stevenson was right on it down the third base line, saw the ball cross in front of the foul pole, and the result is a full count on Plaz. Hayden Jaco leaves his bat standing up on the plate for him. And he will reset after running down to first. The home plate umpire, Ben Mercier, will give him a little bit of time here to regroup. Majors nearly got on the board first. Garces shakes once and now into the windup. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Plaz sends this one in the air, but not nearly as deep. Canisico initially broke back. Now stepping in. He'll make the catch, and there's one gone in the bottom of the second inning. Boy, oh boy, Victor Plaz nearly hit that one out of the ballpark with a 3-1 count, but just could not keep it fair, and the result of the at-bat is a fly out to center, as Caden Cardoso will step into the batter's box here for London. Cardoso in the 7th spot for the 2nd consecutive game. That one misses for ball 1 to Cardoso. It's 1-0. Cardoso was in the midst of a long 0-for streak, was struggling at the plate. I believe it got up to 0 for 10, and he will line this one into right center field. He stays hot after a great game Monday. Cardoso, a single in his first at-bat here. And he's aboard with one away in the second inning. Cardoso was 2 for 4 against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers with 2 runs batted in. And now Champ Garner will be digging into the batter's box. We'll see if the Majors employ some small ball here early with Cardoso over at first. Though 1 out, I don't expect a bunt. Garner swings away and fouls it off. It's 0-1. Cardoso the lead off at first, not an overly aggressive one, but he's a great base runner, picks his spots well. Hit and run was on there for London, with Garner a contact guy at the plate and a pretty speedy runner in Cardoso at first. Count now 0-2. Cardoso 12 stolen bases this year, has not been caught a single time. When I say he picks his spots well, I mean it. 0-2 count. Cardoso a short lead off of first, and Garces will throw over just in case. He's back standing up. We'll see what the Baycats left he comes with as he tries to put the Majors center fielder away. Cardoso dancing a bit. Here's the offering. Garner pops it up on the infield. Jaco spinning around. Williams looking to call him off. Jaco will haul it in himself and record the second out of the bottom of the second inning. Jaco nearly collided with Champ Garner on his way up to get that baseball, was able to avoid him with a little dipsy doodle, and made the catch. So 2 gone. Cardoso remains over at first, and that will bring up Ty Mosher. Mosher hitting .268 this year for London. Was at the top of the order for a long stretch. Now batting in the 9 spot. Quick throw over from Garces, and back standing is Cardoso. That one misses to Mosher on the first offering. It's 1-0. Garces has been efficient, 27 pitches through an inning and 2/3. That one's there for a strike, and it's 1-1 here to Mosher. Garces working quickly when he's coming from the windup, varies his timing a little bit more when he's coming from the stretch, and he's got a runner over on base no matter where it is. 1-1. Doesn't find it. 2-1. Two-one count, 2 away in the inning. Glad you're with us here on this Friday night. Cardoso waddling at first. That one doesn't find the zone on Mosher. And he's in a hitter's count here at 3-1. Three-one count, 2 out. Mosher looking to do some damage here for London. The offering on its way. Hit on the ground towards first base. Out of the glove of Malik Williams into right field. Charging hard Nicholson. Cardoso around second. He'll go for third. It's bobbled in right. And Cardoso will get in there standing up at third base. And the Majors have runners on the corners once again, this time with 2 away in the bottom of the second. That one hit pretty hard off the bat of Ty Mosher. Died in the outfield grass. Nicholson overran it. And Cardoso is able to get into third base. So they're on the corners for Gibson Krasminski, the Majors' second baseman. Krasminski 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to shortstop to lead off the home half of the first. Here's the pitch from Garces. That's there for a strike. 0-1 to Krasminski. The 0-1 home. Up and away. That's ball 1. 1-1 of the Majors' switch hitter. Garces has faced London just the one time this year, back on June 7th. 7 innings, 5 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts. That one in the dirt. They won't appeal down to first, so it is 2 balls and 1 strike. Now that game that Garces pitched against the Majors was still pretty early in his season. I believe he ended that outing at about 75 pitches. He was ridiculously efficient. And if it was any later in the year, that probably ends up as a complete game shutout for Frank Garces. 2-1, big swing from Krasminski, but a great spot for that pitch. Up and in, and it's 2-2. Garces has gone 7 innings in each of his last 4 starts. And 6 of his last 7, with the lone exception being a 6-inning performance allowing just 1 run against Toronto on July 4th. 2-2, 2 out. Breaking for the plate here is Cardoso, cut on and fouled off. A foul ball. Cardoso tried the straight steal of home, and Krasminski had to protect on 2 strikes. It's a foul ball. So Cardoso will head back to the third base bag. That's a tough play for the catcher, Hayden Jaco. It's got to be a good pitch from Garces. Krasminski can't really swing because he's got Cardoso running, but he had to in that spot on a 2-strike count. If Jaco jumps in front of Krasminski, then it's a catcher's balk, which would result in the run scoring and Krasminski getting a board. So Jaco played that perfectly. You almost have to concede it if he's got a great jump, because you can't jump in front of the batter until you have the ball in your hands, until it's been thrown by the pitcher. Now, if he steps off, then he can jump in front, but Garces did not. He delivered the pitch. 2-2, 2 out. Here's the offering. Up and away. 3-2 now. Full count on Krasminski. Mosher will get a head start over at first. We'll see if Cardoso tries to take a head start at third as well. Setting up on the inside. Here's the 3-2 to Krasminski. They got it inside on him, and he hooks it down the left field line foul. So we'll try once more on 3-2. Mosher trots on back to first. 3-2, 2 away. Garces sets. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Krasminski chases up and out of the strike zone, and the Majors strand runners on the corners for the second consecutive inning. No score after two. You're watching Baycats and Majors on Majors TV.
I think this team has the potential to win another championship.
All the boys have talked about it in the clubhouse, getting that three-peat, you know.
You guys can win. You guys can win.
You saw the ad there for Majors League, a documentary on the 2023 London Majors season, and I had the great fortune of being a part of that documentary. Big thanks to Mark Drew for including me there. Him and Kelly did a great job on that documentary. Mosaic Mind Productions behind that one. A fantastic watch. We just got a chance to give it a look at the premiere. Kelly Gowanlock and Mark Drew producing that series. We had the premiere on Wednesday night, and it lived up to the billing. It was a fantastic series. Tremendously well made. Gives you an inside look, really, at the 2023 Majors season, but also at the life of an Intercounty Baseball League player, because the Intercounty Baseball League life is not for everybody. There are many players, most of the players who have full-time jobs outside of baseball, and this is a part-time commitment for them. They've got family lives. They've got all sorts of considerations to take into account. And the documentary does a great job of diving deep in some of those stories for different guys on the Majors Ball Club. And, of course, talking about the Majors season last year, trying for the three-peat. Obviously fell up short, we know that, but all the details, the behind-the-scenes featured in that documentary. It should be out in the near future, I would think, on Bell 5 TV and TV1. So give it a look and follow them on Instagram at Majors League TV Series for updates on the release date of that series. First pitch is cut on and missed there by Adam Odd to kick off the top of the third inning. You haven't seen it yet on your screen tonight, but in the Game Day London broadcast booth, we've got some Majors League balloons. We'll see if we can get those on camera here later tonight. The 0-1 home. That's there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Keys, 3 strikeouts so far in the ball game. Looking for number 4. Chopper on the ground towards first base. Cardoso waits back for the hop, bobbles it, but just recovers in time to get the out. A dangerous play over at the first base bag. Caden Cardoso did a great job staying with it and touching the bag himself to record the first out here of the top of the third inning. So Brandon Nicholson into the batter's box here for the Barrie Baycats. Nicholson, who began his IBL career with the Welland Jackfish, set the single-season IBL stolen base record a couple of years ago in 2022, then transitioned over to the Hamilton Cardinals at the transaction deadline last year. As Nicholson squares around a bunt, pops it up, DeOlio can't get there in time, so it's a foul bunt for strike 1. And then at the transaction deadline this year, he switched over to the Barrie Baycats. Here's the 0-1 home. Fouled straight back. And it's 0-2, and I think that one actually got through the screen. A couple of fans converging, trying to pick up a souvenir. Luckily did not hit anybody. 0-2, 1 away. Travis Keys on the rubber. Looks in for the sign. Here's the 0-2. Doesn't get the call there. DeOlio caught it in a bit of a strange way, kind of took the ball with him off the plate, and perhaps if he was able to hold it a little firmer in the strike zone, they may have gotten the call. 1-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch from Travis Keys on the ground towards second base. Playing it is Gibson Krasminski. Throw over to Cardoso at first, and there's 2 gone now in the top of the 3rd inning after a couple of ground outs. So Kyle Maves into the batter's box for the Barrie Baycats, the number 9 hitter. Maves in the left-handed batter's box, playing second base today for Barrie. First pitch is there for a strike. It's 0-1. If Maves gets aboard, it will be extended to the top of the Barrie order, and Kinesi Joe for the second time as Maves lines this one down the left field line. Could be trouble if it stays fair, but that too will slice foul. 0-2 count. Oh, 2 out. Maves pulling into the batter's box as Keys tries to set him down and end this top of the 3rd inning. Left-hander looks in and sets. Here's the offering. Way off the plate outside, 1-2. Doesn't get the bite he was looking for from Maves. And so he'll try again with a 2-strike pitch. Keys at 41 pitches through 2 2/3. The 1-2 home. Breaking ball. Maves fights it off. Good job there at the plate. Protecting with 2 strikes, and so we'll try once more on 1-2. One, two away. Kyle Maves and Travis Keys duking it out right now. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again, and we'll try once more on 1-2. Good battle brewing right now between Keys and Maves. 6-pitch at bat already. One, two out. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Keys freezes him with a breaking ball and ends the top of the 3rd inning with a strikeout looking. Strikeout number 4 in the ball game for Travis Keys sends us into break. No score after 2.5. Alongside Majors manager Roop Chanardad. Roop, thank you so much for doing this. Last weekend, a busy weekend, but a good one for your group, winning 3 out of your 4 games. What'd you like from your team in that set?
Resiliency, you know what? We keep battling. We've had some ups and downs, especially July, wasn't the best month. But the guys keep coming out, keep battling. We got lots going on with injuries and stuff like that. But resiliency, we're not quitters, and we'll keep battling.
You talked about the injuries. Your team's a little bit banged up right now. What are you hoping to see from your group, and who are you hoping to see step up in this stretch?
First of all, I want everyone back. You want everyone back and healthy. That's first and foremost going into the playoffs. And then, you know what? All year we've been injured. So a lot of guys have gotten extra playing time, more than maybe normal, and they've all stepped up. Everyone stepped up when called on. The junior guys have stepped up. Some of our role guys have stepped up. They're playing full time. So you know what? You throw them into the fire and see how they respond, and it'll help come playoff time.
You got a big game here tonight against the Barrie Baycats, then in Barrie tomorrow against Hamilton for 2, against Guelph for 2. It's a busy stretch against a lot of good teams. What's kind of your mindset going in to the final part of the season?
Just see how we respond, see how we play. Barrie's one of the top teams, if not the top team in the league, along with Welland and Guelph, and we just want to see how we compete. You got Garcia's throwing against us tonight, arguably the best pitcher in the league. So I just want to see how our guys respond, see if we have that dog in us, that fight, and how we compete.
Group, thanks so much. Good luck tonight. A big thank you once again to Roop for that interview. Busy stretch with a couple of banged up bodies for the Majors and trying to get through it successfully. Roop and I did not coordinate our outfits today, despite the fact that we did match in that interview. Not often I get to sit down with Roop pregame for a Roop's report, so glad I had a chance to chat with him. His Majors will face Frank Garces for the second time through the order here. Drew Lawrence, the number 2 hitter, will lead things off. 1 for 1 on the day with a beautiful bunt single. Lawrence able to pull off a lot of bunt singles this year. Has great speed and is a great bunter as well, as the first pitch will miss to Lawrence. It's 1-0. Baycats know that. Adam Ott is in a little bit over at third base in case he tries to pull it again. That's there for a strike right down Broadway, and it's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 home. Fouled straight back by Drew Lawrence, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes, excuse me. Garces a breath. Here's the 1-2 home. Ooh, that one came close, but doesn't get the call. Little subtle things like perhaps the movement that Jaco had on that last pitch may have resulted in that pitch being called a ball as opposed to a strike. The 2-2 home to Lawrence, cut on and miss for strike 3. So Frank Garces gets the punch out nonetheless, and there's one gone here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1 out, and that'll bring up Eduardo Deolio, who lately has been on fire for the London Majors. They've needed his bat to get going, and so far he has, or at least as of late. In his last 5 games, you hear the Eddie, Eddie, Eddie chants. He's 10 for 20, now 11 for 21, a 1.324 OPS, 6 doubles, 6 runs scored, and 3 runs batted in for Deolio. And he hits this one hard up the middle. It'll be Hernandez ranging to his left. Throw to first is in time for the second out of the bottom of the 3rd inning. So Deolio now 11 for 22 over this 6-game stretch. So 2 gone, and that'll bring up Cleveland Brownlee. Brownlee popped out or flew out to shallow right field in his last trip. We'll see what Brownlee can do with 2 away in the home half of the 3rd. Try to keep this inning alive for the Majors. Garces comes to him quickly. That one misses for ball 1. (1-0) misses. 2-0. The 2-0 from the left-hander. Brownlee gives this one a pretty good ride to left field, going towards the wall, and it is up against the fence as Brownlee will round first and dig for second. Here's the throw. He's in safely. It's a double for Cleveland Brownlee, and the Majors have a runner in scoring position with 2 away. That's the kind of contact we've been seeing more of lately for the big man. Cleveland Brownlee gave that one a pretty good ride to left field. Didn't quite have the height or the distance to make it over the wall, but it certainly hit the fence. Matt Cabrota could not track it down, was shaded towards the left field line. If he's at normal depth, I don't even know if he gets it in that situation. Byron Wright shine into the box here. Swing and a miss, 0-1. (0-1) count. Here's the pitch. Cut on and missed. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Reichstein trying to cash Brownlee. And the Majors trying to avoid stranding runners for the 3rd consecutive inning without a run to show for it. And time called by Brownlee over at second base, I believe. Garces can't believe it. (0-2) 2 away. Garces sets. Right shine ready in the box. Here's the pitch. In the air. Foul territory. Jaco gives it a look. It will be a foul ball. Oh, my goodness. I was doing so well this year, guys. I'm telling you, but that one, it got me. That one really scared me up here in the press box as it came and landed nearby. 0-2 count to right shine. Here's the pitch from Garces. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. So right shine is frozen for the third strike here to end the bottom of the third inning. We head to the fourth here on Majors TV as my heart rate begins to slow just a little bit after that scary foul ball. We'll be right back. London and Barrie coming up next.
Hello, my name is Jim Nuther with Nuther's Award Store. Come along with me on a virtual tour to take a look at our amazing products and services that we're able to provide to you to help you with your recreation needs.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
Get suited up with us for our big night. We went to Collins Clothiers. They had suits and tuxedos in various colors and styles. The staff helped us pick exactly what we wanted. They custom fit our suits for the perfect fit. They even matched us to our date's dress. It was so much fun trying on suits with the boys on the VIP night. They even got us pizza while we tried clothes on.
For prom kids, of course, are going to be the best dressed.
We felt so confident and looked amazing.
As Taylor Swift blares along the loudspeakers here at Labatt Memorial Park, we are back for the fourth inning between the Majors and the Baycats. No score between two of the top teams in the IBL this year. Kinesi Joe will step into the batter's box. It'll be 1, 2, and 3 in the Baycats order. Ejo, Hernandez, and Jaco. Ejo led off the ball game with a single. Right back up the chute to center field. Left-hander Keys sets. Here's the offering. Off the plate for ball 1. Keys at 44 pitches through 3 innings. Now up to 45 with that last offering. .1-0 is flared. Going to be a tough play. Krasminski makes a great grab. Ranging to his left. Another stellar defensive play for the Majors defense. in this ball game. Gibson Krasminski lays out and makes a great grab for the first out of the top of the fourth inning. Travis Keys has been pitching well, but he's certainly been helped by the great performance from the guys behind him in this ball game. It will be Brandon Hernandez into the batter's box. First pitch is fouled straight back. It's 0-1. I believe a fan caught that foul ball. Not quite what happened up here on the foul ball that nearly got into the press box. 0-1 home. Popped up foul territory. That one gets out of play and quickly Keys ahead. 0-2. Oh-2 count here for Travis Keys, trying to set down Hernandez and get 2 quick outs in the fourth. Flown well foul towards the parking lot. And we'll try once more on 0-2. 3 foul balls in a row for Hernandez. The 0-2 home. Fouled off again by Hernandez. Reminder, he had a 10 or 11 pitch at bat back in the first inning. He is so tough to get out. Even if he doesn't think he's got a shot at hitting the baseball, he'll just throw the bat out there and get a piece. Throw the bat out there and get a piece. He's done that 4 times in a row here. The 0-2 again in the air. Center field. Garner racing back, gets turned around, and he will make the catch. A great play by Champ Garner out in center, and there's 2 gone now in the top of the fourth inning. Garner had to go straight back, and that's probably the toughest baseball for an outfielder. Now when you have to go to your left or to your right and back, so you have to go straight back because you got to figure out what the best angle is to approach it at, whether you want to turn and catch it on the backhand or the forehand. And right there, Garner got turned around a little bit, but was able to haul it in for the second out. And Hayden Jaco will step into the batter's box. Jaco struck out swinging back in the first inning, and then Eduardo De Olio on the same pitch threw out Hernandez at first base on a pickoff. 1-0 the count here to Jaco. That's inside, and it's 2-0. Two-0 count, hitters count for Hayden Jaco. Offering on its way. That's there for a strike. And it's 2-1. Left-hander Keys delivers the 2-1. That's there for a strike, and it's 2-2. Just found the edge of the strike zone. Keys looking to put him away here. The 2-2 home. That one just misses. 3 balls and 2 strikes, so a full count to Hayden Jaco. Full count, 2 out. Keys sets, kicks, and delivers. Up and away, ball 4. Great job by Hayden Jaco in that at-bat, working a walk. Saw some pitches from Travis Keys, did not go over aggressive with 2 strikes, and is able to work a free pass. And Nolan Macabroda will step into the batter's box. Macabroda 0 for 1 today. Back in the second inning, he led off with a line out to center field. Pitch from Keys. Macabroda, big swing, comes up empty. Good sweeping action on that pitch from the Majors left-hander, and it's 0-1. Oh, 1 count. Here's the offering. That's there for a strike. It's 0-2. So after the 2-out walk, Travis Keys trying to limit the damage and get the Majors back on the bats in a scoreless contest. Keys sets. He delivers the 0-2. Matt Cabrota just gets a piece. That stride from Matt Cabrota was way out of the zone where he's looking to stride. He did not step forward. He stepped out almost, but was able to get a piece and keep this AB rolling. Keys sets. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Upstairs. Good pitch, good spot. Matt Cabrota, good take. And so the count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Baycats left fielder. Mentioned the line out in his last at-bat. Matt Cabrota gave it a pretty good ride out to right center field, and Champ Garner able to run it down. Here's the 1-2 home. Breaking ball, doesn't get the call. The throw from DeOlio is going to go into center field, and that will allow Hayden Jaco to move up to third base. I think everybody was surprised that the Majors did not get the call on that last pitch to Matt Cabrota. DeOlio looked like he was not ready to throw it. Mosher was not at second base. And the comedy of errors results in Hayden Jaco picking up 180 feet on what will be a throwing error on DeOlio. But that one was close. I thought it could have been called strike 3. Regardless, a good job by Jaco being aggressive and then being aware, and a good take by Matt Cabrota. 2-2, 2 out. Keys looking to reset and find his out pitch here. Now faced with a runner 90 feet away from scoring as opposed to standing at first base. Left-hander readies. He'll deliver. Breaking ball, doesn't get the call there. 3-2 the count now. Frustration mounting for the fans. So full count, 2 away. Jaco stands over at third. Matt Cabrota ready in the batter's box. Keys trying not to issue back-to-back 2-out walks. Here's the pitch to Matt Cabrota. Breaking ball, popped into foul territory and out of play. A foul ball, so we'll try again on 3-2. Three-two, 2 out. Travis Keys matched up against Nolan Matt Cabrota. Here's the offering. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Great pitch from Keys there on the outside part of the plate. Matt Cabrota swings and misses. Asked the home plate umpire if that was a strike. I think Mercier told him no. Regardless, we are through the top half of the 4th inning with no score here at Labatt Memorial Park. Let's take a look now at the out-of-town scoreboard. Welland is in Hamilton tonight. It's 2-0 for the Jackfish in the top of the 8th inning. In the bottom of the 3rd in Brantford, the Red Sox lead the Maple Leafs by a score of 3-2. In Major League Baseball, the Blue Jays are in action tonight. They are up 3-1 on the Oakland A's, looking to win yet another game and continue their recent stretch of good play. If you're an Olympics fan, Team Canada won 3 medals today. I believe the first one was, you know what, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you where their first medal was won. I did see it happen earlier, but they did win 3 medals. They've matched their total from the last Summer Games. They won their second medal of the day, a gold medal in the 4x100 meter relay. A great job by the Canadian sprinters. Andre DeGrasse, Brennan Rodney, Jerome Blake, and Aaron Brown. And then Team Canada won silver in beach volleyball against Brazil. So a big day for Team Canada at the Summer Games. I don't know if you've been watching at home and you've seen the break dancing, or I believe they call it breaking. I don't think it's break dancing, just breaking the Olympics. There were some funny clips going around. I was looking at it, and you know what? All of these people are talented athletes. They're at the Olympics. But some of those dances, I think I could pull those off. I'm not saying I'm an Olympian. I'm not saying I'll ever be an Olympian. But I mean, there are some clips of the breaking going around the internet right now. And I don't know. I think I could do it. See a comment in the chat that Lee says boycotting the Olympics until baseball's back. And I think baseball's back in 2028 when the games are going to be held in Los Angeles. Interesting, at the Los Angeles games in 28 as well, flag football going to be in there. First time American football is in the Olympics to my knowledge. And if it's not the first time, well, it's been a really long time since it was last in there. Curious to see how other countries stack up against the United States and Canada. Canada, of course, with their own version of the American game. Back to baseball, though, at Labatt Park. Frank Garces deals to Victor Plaz. First pitch is off the plate outside. 1-0. 52 pitches for Garces now after that last offering. 51 through 3. Plaz hits this one hard but foul. He nearly hit one out of the ballpark in his last trip to the plate, but it just did hook foul before it got to the foul pole. It will be Plaz followed by Cardoso and Garner, just as it was in the second inning. Majors have stranded base runners in 3 straight frames. Garces doesn't get the call there. It's 2-1. They left 2 on in both the first and the second innings. And then left 1 on in the third. Plaz steps out of the batter's box and will reset here. Total of 5 runners left on so far against Garces. No call on that pitch, and it's 3-1 now to Victor Plaz. Ball 4 chance raining down. This game just in the 4th inning. Plaz will take a strike there. Thought it might have been ball 4. Doesn't get the call. If you're just joining us, this game was not delayed because of rain. There's been no rain at all today in London. It's been a beautiful day all throughout, but the Barrie Baycats ran into a little bit of traffic. No fault of their own on the way down, and that pushed our start time back by 45 minutes. Here's the 3-2 to Plaz. Line straight back at the backstop, and we'll try again in a full count. So 3-2, nobody out. No score in this ball game either. Time called at the plate by the home plate umpire Ben Mercier, while one of the ball girls goes to get the baseball. 3-2 on its way. Plaz fouls that one straight back, and we'll try again on 3-2. I've never seen that before, perhaps just because it's at night and I had never noticed it, but there was a cloud of dust that shot out of that net when Plaz hit it to the backstop. I suppose sometimes it gets dusty around here and the dust will fly around. That's how dust works, and that's how wind works. Scientific discoveries on Majors TV on a late Friday night. Here's the pitch to Victor Plaz. Called strike 3. He gets rung up by the home plate umpire Ben Mercier, and that's the first out of the bottom of the 4th inning. Can't help but wonder if that call would have been different had Plaz not dropped the bat and started running to first on the 3-1 pitch that was called a strike. Caden Cardoso will step into the batter's box here for London. 1 for 1 today. Ripped a single in his first trip. The Caden Cardoso song being sung here by the fans. First pitch to Cardoso's there for a strike. 0-1. Oh, 0-1 home. Sails on Garces a little bit there, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Left-hander at 61 pitches now. At this point in the season, though, there is no real pitch count. It's when Frank Garces tells you he's done, that he's done. Here's the 1-1. That one is lined to center field. Kinesi Joe comes in and makes the catch there for the second out. Another hard hit ball off the bat of Caden Cardoso, but Joe able to make the grab. So 2 gone now. And that will bring up Champ Garner. Garner in his last trip back in the second inning popped out to Hayden Jaco. Into the windup goes Garces. Here's the pitch. Garner pops this one up. Hayden Jaco is under it, and he makes the catch. So 2 pop-outs to the catcher for Champ Garner tonight, and that will end the home half of the 4th inning. 4 complete at Labatt Memorial Park. It is 0-0 on Majors TV.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
I think this team has the potential to win another championship.
All the boys have talked about it in the clubhouse, getting that three-peat, you know.
You guys can win. You guys can win.
Fifth frame here from Labatt Memorial Park as we get later and later on this Friday night. The Majors and Baycats facing off in the first of 2 duels this weekend. They battle in London here tonight, and then they are in Barrie tomorrow afternoon. Majors are then back in action on Sunday, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday. It's a busy stretch. The Majors, I believe, are right near the bottom of the league in terms of games played this season. They've had a lot of rainouts, and, well, you got to make up all those games, especially when you are in a tight race for positioning near the top. And they are not facing any easy opponent down the stretch. The Majors have played the fewest games out of everybody in the Intercounty Baseball League. Play delayed a little bit here for the announcements to finish up, as Malik Williams steps into the batter's box for Travis Keys. First pitch is in there for a strike. Williams 0 for 1 today. Struck out swinging in his first trip. It'll be Williams, Jones, and Odd. Oh, 1 count. Here's the offering. In the dirt, and it's 1-1. Williams gives this one a pretty good ride out to right field, but Byron Reichstein is camped under it, and he will make the catch for the first out of the top of the 5th inning. Perhaps the violent swing had me fooled there, but Reichstein barely had to move out in right field for the first out, so 1 gone, and that'll bring up Asafa Jones. Jones 0 for on the day. He also struck out swinging to end the second frame. Keys kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Jones, one of the rare players listed as a pinch hitter on the Intercounty Baseball League website, despite having 5 at-bats in his last 2 games played. So not a pinch hitter, but came in as a pinch hitter in his first game, and so the settings have really never changed. 1-1 here to Asafa Jones. Went 1 for 5 on Wednesday in Toronto, 2 strikeouts. in the dirt there, and it is 2-1. 2 for 5 with a double in Brantford on August 3rd. Has only played on the road thus far. Has yet to play a game at Vintage Throne Stadium in Barrie. Faced with a 2-1 count here against Travis Keys. Keys up at 71 pitches through 4 1/3. Majors have all their arms well rested, though they do have to think about the stretch ahead as Jones swings through that one. It's 2-2. Despite the fact you've got Arias, you've got Payano ready to go out of the bullpen if you want them to piggyback off of Keys here, you've got a very, very busy stretch upcoming. 2-2 on its way. Here's the offering from Keys. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He sets down Jones on strikes for the second time tonight, and there's 2 gone now in the top of the 5th inning. Great pitch there from Travis Keys. Comes with a high fastball and records the second out of the frame. Adam Odd will step into the batter's box now. Odd 0 for 1. Grounded out to Cardoso at first on an 0-2 count back in the 3rd. That one will be inside for ball 1. I only remember the count in that at-bat because I know Keys was close to striking out 3 batters in a row over 2 innings. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That floats in for a strike. It's 1-1. Good breaking action there on that pitch from Travis Keys. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball again. Fouled off of the arm of Eduardo De Olio. The home plate umpire Ben Mercier will give him a moment to regroup. And the count now at 1-2. One, two out. Majors 5 hits. Barrie with just 1 so far. Still no score between the Majors and the Baycats as Keys tries to set down the visiting side in the top of the 5th. Here's the offering to Odd. Fouled straight back at the backstop, and we'll try again on 1-2. Feels like there's been an inordinate amount of foul balls in the game today, particularly from the Barrie Baycats, and that's a credit to how well they battle at the plate. Doesn't matter the count, doesn't matter the situation. They're going to fight. They're going to foul off a lot of tough pitches and not make it easy for the pitcher out there on the mound, in this case Travis Keys. Breaking ball. Odd sends this one in the air. It goes a long way into foul territory, and it is a foul ball. Yet another foul ball. I wish there was a way I could track foul balls aside from just counting every single one in the box score. If we get a rain delay, maybe we'll do that. Here's the 1-2. Cut on and missed for strike 3. The foul tip from Adam Odd is held onto by Eduardo De Olio. We are halfway through this one at Labatt Park. The Majors and Baycats tie 0-0.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ITHROW.ca.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
Back here on Majors TV, get a look at the Government of Canada building out in the London skyline as we pan out on the night sky. Sun obviously setting earlier, and we are starting later tonight, so it's been darkness really since first pitch. There were a couple of innings of a little bit of sunlight. Starling Joseph having a good time, chatting things up by the Majors dugout, not in the lineup for today's contest. Ty Mosher will lead things off for London in the home half of the fifth. It'll be Mosher, Krasminski, and Drew Lawrence. You hear that walk-up song for Ty Mosher. Majors hoping that they will be A-OK after this weekend. I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired, and that was a bad joke. First pitch will miss for ball one. 1-0 is fouled off, and it is 1-1. One count. Into the windup goes Garces. Here's the pitch to Mosher. Pretty good ride out to right center, but can he see Joe? He can cover a lot of ground in a hurry as well, and he tracks that one down for the first out. So back to the top of the order here for London, and Gibson Krasminski will step into the batter's box. He's 0 for 2. A ground out and a strikeout swinging up to this point. Trying to get something going with one away for the Majors. Into the windup goes Garces. Here's the pitch. Squaring around a bunt is Krasminski. That one doesn't quite find the strike zone. It's ball one. One-0 count here to Krasminski. Here's the pitch. In the air, hit high to left field. Macabrota coming in. Plenty of room, and he will make the catch for the second out now of the bottom of the fifth. So two gone, and that'll bring up Drew Lawrence, the speedster and Majors left fielder. Lawrence 1 for 2 is a bunt single on the day. That came back in his first trip, and then a strikeout swinging the next time up against Garces. Garces 4 strikeouts on the day. Lawrence gives this one a pretty good ride out to right center, but it will be Brandon Nicholson hauling this one in the gap, and that will do it for the fifth inning. So a quick fifth frame for Frank Garces and the Barrie Baycats. They head to the bats in the sixth. Still no score.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ITHROW.ca.
Back here at Labatt Park as you get a look at what I'm going to call a glove sandwich for the Majors in the third base dugout. I would imagine those are some of the bullpen arms. A great look at it on our Game Day London mobile camera. I'd love to see whose gloves those are, but I can't quite figure it out. In this ball game, there's been no score up to this point. Two of the best lefties in the Intercounty Baseball League going at it, Travis Keys and Frank Garces. Keys has surrendered just one hit through 5 innings of work. Garces has surrendered 5 through 5 as well. Keys up at 79 pitches. Garces at 69 pitches. So pretty identical lines for both of them up to this point. Keys with 10 more pitches, and we'll see how that factors in as we progress in this ball game. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Barrie Baycats. Brandon Nicholson will lead things off. He'll be followed by Kyle Maves. Can he see Joe? And then if they can extend the inning, Brandon Hernandez. Here's the pitch. Cut on and miss there by Nicholson. 0-1. Nicholson grounded out to second base in his lone plate appearance tonight. Cardoso playing in front of the bag at first in case of a bunt. Swing and a miss there. It's 0-2. Keys quickly ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes to Nicholson. Here's the offering. Off the plate outside. Tried to paint the corner, came with a little bit too much velocity, missed the plate, and it's 1-2 now. The lefty sets. He'll deliver the 1-2. Just low, 2-2 now. This is where Keys is lacking a little bit of efficiency. Even in his last inning of work, there were a couple of counts that got a little bit long on him, and the Baycats have done a great job of working them with foul balls and good takes. 2-2 home. In the air. On the infield. Cardoso taking control. Calls off Krasminski and Keys and will make the catch for the first out. So 1 away now in the top of the 6th inning, and Kyle Maves will step into the batter's box. Maves 0 for 1 today as well. The only guy with a hit, I mean, everybody's going to be 0 for when I say their line, because the only guy with a hit so far is Kenny Joe. Maves struck out looking in his first trip. Here's the pitch from Keys. Squaring out a bunt as Maves gets this one down towards Victor Plaz. He will let it roll, and it's going to be a foul ball. Baycats trying to get some offense going any way they can as Maves laid that one down. Before he even squared, Plaz could almost sense it. Was charging hard, and it rolled foul. Maves will take his time to get back to the batter's box. Not easy when you go in a full-blown sprint 90 feet and then have to saunter on back to the batter's box and try it again because your ball was hit foul. Maves ready in the box as Keys sets on the rubber. The 1-1 pitch. Misses, 2-1. No action in the Majors bullpen. There are a couple of guys standing around out there, but nobody's gotten moving yet. One pitch. Lined left field, that will drop in front of the left fielder Drew Lawrence. So a 1-out hit for Kyle Maves, just the second base hit for the Barrie Baycats in the ball game today. We'll put a runner on first for Kenny Joe. Ejo, the only other man to get a hit in this Baycats order, as mentioned. 1 for 2 coming into this third plate appearance. A single and a pop out. Dancing over at first base is Maves. First pitch will miss to Ejo. It's ball 1. 1-0 count, 1 away. Keys has been effective up to this point for the Majors. Trying to keep that up, perhaps roll a double play ball, though it would be tough with the good speed that Ejo has. Back with the dive there safely is Maves on the pickoff attempt from Travis Keys. If you'll recall, back in the first inning, he actually picked off Ejo before DeOlio picked off Brandon Hernandez to end the inning. Here's the 1-0. That's there for a strike. It's 1-1. 1-1 count, 1 out. Here's the offering. In the air, center field, hit pretty well. Garner going back. He's got plenty of room, and he'll haul this one in, covering a lot of ground yet again, but it's no problem for Champ Garner out in center. There's 2 away now in the top of the 6th inning. Keys up at 90 pitches. The bullpen clearing some space a little bit, but everybody's still got their sweaters on out there. Majors manager Roop Chandidat standing up in the dugout. But no signal to the bullpen to get loose yet. Hernandez 0 for 2 on the day, but has put together some long at-bats. Reached on an error by Ty Mosher back in the 1st inning and then lined out to center field the next time he was up. Here's the pitch. In the air. Foul territory in left field. Long run for Victor Plaz, but that one will get 3-4 rows deep. And it's a foul ball. Not a real surprise for Brandon Hernandez that it was a foul ball. Had 4 in his last plate appearance. 4 foul balls. And prior to that, back in the 1st inning, it felt like a whole lot more. 5 back in the 1st inning. So 9 foul balls, plus this one, 10 now for Hernandez. Had an 11-pitch at-bat back in the 1st. 5-pitch at-bat in the 4th. That one inside, DeOlio fake to throw. But with Hernandez, the lefty in the batter's box, that's a tough throw to make for the catcher. So odds were DeOlio wasn't going to pull the trigger, but wanted to keep Maves close at first nonetheless. One count here to Hernandez, excuse me. Here's the offering. That's there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Good movement on that offering from Travis Keys, finding the outside corner. Trying to put away Hernandez and end the top of the 6th inning. Long hold from Keys. He'll kick and deal. Running from first is Maves. That one fouled off by Hernandez, and so we'll try again on 1-2. That's foul ball number 12. I lied to you. That's foul ball number 11. I apologize for Hernandez in this ball game. He does such a great job of just getting the bat to the baseball. If it's close, he's going to fight it off. Keys sets. Running again is Mays from first. That one fouled off again by Hernandez. A scorcher over the Majors dugout. A lot of these big league ballparks have now introduced the extended netting that goes all the way down the lines into left field. In the IBL, that's not the case. So it's a danger zone out there, and we hope everybody's all right. And they are checking on a couple of fans here right now, which is why we're not resuming play just yet. Looks like we may be good to go. Home plate umpire Ben Mercier flashing the count. So we'll resume here. 1-2 count, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Running a 3rd time is Maves. That one popped up. Foul territory. Long run for Plaz. He's not going to get there as it bounces right near where Majors manager Roop Chandidat and Majors pitching coach Brent Wales stand. So we'll try again on 1-2. If you are keeping track of the foul balls, they're up to 13 for Hernandez in this game. Just Hernandez. And it feels like all of the Baycats have followed suit. 1-2 count, 2 out. Keys trying to put him away. Here's the pitch. He'll throw over to first. Back with the dive is Maves. I believe the crowd cheering for the fan who may have been struck by that foul ball, getting up and being all right. And time called here. Here's the pitch. That one in the air, left center field, slicing away from Lawrence. Going to be a tough play, into a dive, and he can't come up with it. Getting the wave around third is Maves. Here's the throw, the relay to the plate. It is in time to get him. What a throw by Ty Mosher from shallow left field. He guns down Kyle Maves, and the side is retired in dramatic fashion here in the top of the 6th inning. A headlong dive from Drew Lawrence. He couldn't come up with it. Garner, Mosher, DeOlio. Good night. We head to the bottom of the 6th. What a relay there by the Majors to end the top of the 6th inning. No score still, despite the Baycats cutting it close right there. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ithrow.ca.
Back here on Majors TV, and if you missed it, go rewind this stream and find that perfect relay from the Majors. Great effort from Drew Lawrence, who was shaded way down the left field line, and a great job by Champ Garner being there to back him up, getting a strong initial throw to Ty Mosher, who then got a strong throw into the plate, and a great tag applied by Eduardo DeOlio on a throw that was slightly up the line. And the result is an out to end the inning. Majors have the heart of the order coming up. It's Eduardo DeOlio, it's Cleveland Brownlee, and it's Byron Reichstein. You can expect there will be action in the Majors bullpen here shortly. Keys is up at 97 pitches, I believe. 70 of them strikes, holy smokes. He's got a great ratio going right now. That one will miss for ball one. Here's the 1-0. That one misses, and it's 2-0 to DeOlio. We're going to pause when Cleveland Brownlee gets announced to the plate because we've got a very special introduction for Cleveland Brownlee. 2-0 to DeOlio is popped in the air. Going to be a tough play. Nicholson ranging out. So too is Williams, and it's dropped by Nicholson. DeOlio slips at first. He's able to get back to the bag. The right fielder, Brandon Nicholson, came charging in and could not come up with it. So DeOlio will reach on the error. So that was Cleveland Brownlee being introduced in Dutch by Luca. Luca is 14 years old, and he is from the Netherlands. Made the trip here, watching his first baseball game, as I understand it, here at the world's oldest baseball grounds at Labatt Park. And Cleveland Brownlee, probably for the first and likely the last time, being introduced in Dutch. Brownlee has DeOlio standing over at first after the error. He gives this one a pretty good ride to left center field. Moving back on it, Ejo, still going back and just in front of the wall. He will haul this one in. Second at bat in a row where Cleveland Brownlee has put a charge into a baseball but Joe able to track it down in the left center field gap, and there's one gone now in the bottom of the 6th. So one away for Byron Reichstein. Reichstein 0 for 2 against Garces so far. No real action in either bullpen at the moment, so Keys, you would expect, will head back out there for the 7th. And Garces's pitch count's in a great spot. It's at 73 pitches through 5 1/3, so he is more than capable of taking it into the 7th inning. First pitch is there for a strike to Byron. It's 0-1. Reichstein popped out to shortstop and struck out looking in 2 at-bats. Reichstein, line drive, caught by Hernandez. Thought about a throw to first, but Eduardo DeOlio and his wheels getting back safely. So 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Victor Plaz will step into the batter's box. Plaz 0 for 2 as well, to go along with many of his Majors teammates. Flew out to center, struck out looking in 2 trips. He thought he had a walk the last time he came up, did not get the call, and then on a pitch that looked to be more of a ball than strike 2, he got rung up. Plaz did not show any emotion, just walked right back to the dugout. First pitch will miss for ball 1. One-0 count here to the Majors' third baseman. DeOlio, not an overly aggressive lead at first. Plaz off the end of the bat towards second. Ranging to his left is Maves. Throw to first is in time, so the error does not come back to haunt the Barrie Baycats as they will leave Eduardo DeOlio stranded at first. We are through 6 complete at Labatt Park, still with no score on Majors TV. Back here on Majors TV, here's an update. We showed you this dog earlier, and this dog is lounging. They've got the pillow underneath them, really living the life. I mean, you want to be at a ballpark on a Friday night, enjoying a great crowd, a great game between 2 great pitchers, and this dog is having a good time. How about those blue eyes on that dog, too? That's pretty cool. They're having a great night. So are we at Labatt Park. We had to start 45 minutes later than expected. 8:20 first pitch after a 7:35 scheduled start. But that doesn't matter. We're here for the baseball. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Though they did play a 2.5-hour game on Monday, and I happened to not be here for that one, but it's all right. I've only been asking for that all year. Regardless, top of the 7th inning here as the Majors and Baycats face off, and some kind of gift throwing is happening. Now, I don't understand the people who are following the thrower, because the thrower is not just going to say, okay, I'm going to flip one behind me. No, they're going to be throwing to the crowd. So don't follow the person who's throwing the stuff, no matter what it is. First pitch is cut on and missed by Jaco there. Your best bet is to be in one of the first few rows, waving your hands, saying, I want it, I want it, I want it. Here's the 0-1, breaking ball 0-2. So Keys up at 99 pitches here through 6 innings. There is action in the Majors bullpen. It is, I believe, Skylar Janice getting loose for London. Here's the 0-2. That one fouled off by Jaco, and we'll try again on no balls and 2 strikes. (0-2). Nobody out. Jaco ready in the box. Keys on the rubber. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball and a good one, but doesn't get the call. That was pitch number 101 for Travis Keys on the day. Has been solid, but you don't want the fatigue to set in. Facing the middle of the Baycats order. 1-2. Jaco skies it on the infield. Everybody converging. It'll be Cardoso a couple of steps to the left of the mound making the catch. And there's one gone in the top of the 7th inning. So Nolan Macabrota into the batter's box here. Macabrota 0 for 2 today. A line out and a strikeout up to this point. Never an easy bat to face, though. First pitch from Keys, perfectly placed in the outside corner, 0-1. (0-1) count, 1 out. Here's the offering. That one just misses, and it's 1-1 here from Keys. You'd expect this will be the last inning for Keys regardless, whether he gets through it or not. (1-1) out. Here's the offering. Swing and a miss, and it is 1-2. Good breaking ball. Macabrota came out of his shoes to chase after it and came up empty. (1-2) 1 out. Keys up at 105 pitches. Trying to set down Macabrota here. The offering. Low, 2-2. Unsure currently, of what the highest pitch total is for Travis Keys this season. But he's got to be nearing it as he throws his 107th pitch here. The 2-2 home. Hit towards shortstop on a line, and Ty Mosher makes the catch. A great grab by the Majors shortstop, and there's 2 gone now. The highest pitch count for Travis Keys actually came against these Barrie Baycats on July 1st on Canada Day. He threw 121. 107 is the next highest, both today and in a previous outing earlier this year. So 2 out now, and that'll bring up Malik Williams. A fan just asked Malik Williams who's older, him or Josh. The answer is Josh, as far as I know at least. 0-1 count. Janice continuing to loosen in the Majors bullpen. A little bit of throwing from a left-hander in the Baycats bullpen. Jersey's still, or pardon me, sweater's still on, so I can't quite tell who it is, but I believe it's Chris Lazar. Here's the 0-1. Just doesn't get the call there off the plate. It's 1-1. Good pitch from Travis Keys in a good spot, but it didn't cross over the corner. It curved around the corner and ended up in a good spot, so no call from the umpire. On the ground. That one missed by Keys. It'll be a tough play for Krasminski, and it goes right through his legs. Tough play there for the Majors. Keys didn't really have a shot coming off the mound. We'll see how that one's ruled. It goes right between the legs of Gibson Krasminski. I think they're going to rule that a hit. So Asafa Jones will step into the batter's box. Jones, the left-handed hitter, facing Keys, the left-handed arm. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. That one misses. It's 2 balls and no strikes now. Jones 0 for 2. Keys at 112 pitches. He's been a strikeout victim twice tonight, Jones has. Here's the pitch. That's there, and it's 2-1. Small lead for Williams over at first. Here's the offering. Misses, 3-1. Keys doesn't get the call on a pitch that looked like it may have found the outside corner. Three-one count, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 3-2. So the count runs full, and Williams will get a head start over at first base. Keys at 115 pitches. The next pitch, 116, is a huge one. Trying to get out of this 7th inning. Would be 7 scoreless for the Majors left-hander. Here's the offering. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jones down on strikes for the 3rd time today, and Travis Keys is through 7 scoreless. You'd assume that's the end of his night, and if it is, what a performance from the Majors left-hander against one of the best teams in the Inter-County Baseball League. A great job by Travis Keys as it is stretch time here at Labatt Memorial Park. Majors and Baycats. We'll give you a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Here, the Welland Jack Vision Hamilton Cardinals have now wrapped up their game at Bernie Arbor. 2-0 Welland victory in that contest. Speaking of short games, that one 2 hours and 22 minutes in a pitcher's duel. Over here, we've got a pitcher's duel. Not quite moving at the same rate, though. Brantford Red Sox up 4-2 on the Toronto Maple Leafs right now in the top of the 6th inning at Arnold Anderson Stadium out in Brantford. The game has gone final between the Blue Jays and the Oakland A's. Final score 3-1 in favor of Toronto. The Detroit Tigers are in San Francisco taking on the Giants, if you're a Tigers fan watching us. Majors have this song that plays every 7th inning stretch. I say this song because I honestly don't know the title. It's not Take Me Out to the Ball Game. It's not Sweet Caroline. If anybody knows the title of this song and they can hear it, please let me know. And I know it's my youth and my inexperience speaking, because this is a very commonly known song. Friends in Low Places, thank you. And if you're offended that I didn't know that song, you've got every right to be, because that is a well-known song. I just didn't know the name of it, and I apologize. What's your favorite 7th inning stretch tradition? Let me know in the chat. Would love to hear what everybody's favorite tradition is. Is it Take Me Out to the Ball Game? Is it Sweet Caroline out in Boston? Is it something else that I don't know of? Let us know in the chat. Marshall, let me know as well. It's Friends in Low Places. Thank you. Don saying, put me in, coach. I've never heard that one during the 7th inning stretch, but I suppose that'd be a pretty good one. Baseball theme song. Why not? Caden Cardoso will stroll into the batter's box here for the Majors. Tammy saying that was her favorite song. I'm sorry, Tammy. I like that song too. It's a very good song. I just didn't know the name of it. Cardoso 1 for 2 on the day. He's hit the ball hard both times he's come up. A line drive single and then a line drive out to center field. Takes the first pitch high. That one's high as well, 2-0. 2-0 home, 3-0. Good hitters count here for Caden Cardoso. We'll see what he can do in the home half of the 7th. You know the Majors would love to get some runs here for their starter Travis Keys, who has tossed a gem up to this point. 3-1 the count. There were no ball four chance on that 3-0 count, so maybe that's why Garces threw a strike, as that one's there for strike 2. So full count now on Cardoso, who takes an extra second out of the batter's box to reset. Garces working quickly. Here's the pitch. Cardoso sends that to left field, slicing towards the line. It hits down in foul territory. Oh boy, that was a close one for Caden Cardoso. Would have been extra bases if it landed in fair, but it just did land foul, and so we'll try again on 3-2. Cardoso will take his time to wander back to the batter's box after a long run. Lisa saying that the Barrie Baycats play Heave Away in the 7th inning. That's a good one for a 7th inning stretch song. 3-2 count. Caden Cardoso at the plate. Cardoso hits this one to the moon in right field. It is long gone, and the Majors take the lead. Caden Cardoso hits that one to Riverside Drive, and London has broken through against Garces. It is 1-0 Majors. What a blast by Caden Cardoso, who stays hot and gives the Majors the lead. That one is fouled straight back there by Champ Garner on a bunt attempt, and it's 0-1. A tight pitching matchup, two of the best arms in the Intercounty Baseball League in Keys and Garces. Two lefties who are not known for their power stuff, but the finesse in which they throw the baseball. Garner pops this one foul, and it has lived up to the billing here tonight. 0-2 count to Champ Garner. Some more action stirring now in the Baycats bullpen. Here's the pitch on the ground. Going to be a tough play. Garces bounces off the mound quite nicely. Throw to first is in time, and there's one gone now in the bottom of the 7th inning. Great play there by Frank Garces for the first out. Garces, his pitch count still in a really great spot considering where he is in this ball game. 86 pitches through 6 1/3. Ty Mosher stepping into the batter's box now for the 3rd time. Here's the pitch. Mosher in the air, center field. Can he see Joe? A couple of steps to his right. He'll haul it in, and there's 2 gone now. Majors lead 1-0 on the strength of the Caden Cardoso blast, and the lineup will turn back over to the top and Gibson Krasminski. Krasminski 0 for 3 today, trying to turn the tide here in the bottom of the 7th as the Majors look to add on. Into the windup goes Garces. Here's the pitch. That's there for a strike. It's 0-1. Oh, 1 count, 2 out. The left-hander kicks and deals. Krasminski pops that one straight back foul, so 0-2. Despite the home run for Cardoso, Garces still pitching efficiently here in this inning. Trying to set down Krasminski and limit the damage to just the lone run. The delivery upstairs. Good pitch there from Garces with 2 strikes, but Krasminski didn't bite. And so we'll try again now with 2 strikes. It'll be 1 and 2, excuse me. One-two home, in the air. Shallow center. Out goes Maves. In comes Ejo, and he'll be the one to haul this one in to end the home half of the 7th, but not before. Caden Cardoso gives the Majors the lead. His 7th home run of the year. It's 1-0 London after 7 on Majors TV.
Team has a potential to win another championship.
All the boys have talked about it in the clubhouse, getting that three-peat, you know.
You guys can win. You guys can win.
We've got a pitching change, and it is brought to you by Throw London. London's original knife-throwing Skylar Janice takes over in this ball game for the Majors in the 8th inning. What a job by Travis Keys. Before we bring you numbers on Janice, let's look back at the line for Keys. 7 innings, threw 116 pitches, allowed 4 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Did not surrender a run. Worked out of some tough jams, was helped by some great defense as well. And we'll turn the ball over to Janice, who in 11 games this season has pitched 15 1/3 innings, has pitched to a stellar 2.34 earned run average, has struck out 18 batters and walked just 2 in 15 1/3. He's been all around the strike zone and has been a relied upon arm in big spots for the London Majors. Let's see what the plan is for Majors skipper Roop Chanardad and his bullpen as they try to close out a victory here over the Barrie Baycats. 2 innings to work with. Does Janice get both of them, excuse me? Or does Gillies get one? Maybe we see Payano or Arias get one. To be determined. But for right now, Adam Odd will step into the batter's box. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Barrie Baycats in the 8th. First pitch from Janice. Cut on and missed. It's 0-1. Janice last year did not have problems with walks, but certainly was not pitching quite as efficiently in the strike zone as he has been this year. Cut on and miss, and it's 0-2. If you want the per 9 rate for for Skylar Janice in terms of walks, he's allowing 1.15 walks per 9 so far this year. The 0-2 in the dirt, skips away from DeOlio. Odd checked his swing, didn't go around far enough for it to be called a swing, so it's a ball and 2 strikes. One-two count, nobody out. Adam Odd in the batter's box, 0 for 2, trying to change that here against the new arm. A ground out and a strikeout for Odd. Here's the pitch. Check swing, did he go? No, says the third base umpire, Rob Stevenson. Was not quite enough for a swing. Majors were surprised, but nobody's got a better look at it than the man down the third base line. It's quite literally the perfect angle. And one of the downfalls of the 3-man system is at times that umpire shifts over to the middle of the field and doesn't get quite as good of a view. But from where the third base umpire was, there is no better view in the house for that check swing, and he rules no swing. So 2-2 count here. Odd ready in the box. Here's the pitch. Up and away, 3-2. Janice in danger of losing the Baycats third baseman now. Here's the 3-2 home. Belted, right field, hit well. It's over the head of right shine. It will rattle up against the fence. Around first, digging for second is Odd. Here's the throw in from right field. It will not be in time, and that will allow Adam Odd to reach base with a leadoff double here in the top of the 8th inning, and that almost strikeout looms large now for Skylar Janice as the tying run is in scoring position for Brandon Nicholson. You'd expect the bunt to be on here for the Baycats. You got Nicholson in the batter's box, who's got plenty of speed, so a sacrifice may work in two ways and get him on if it's put in the right spot. Janice will appeal down to first to see if he touched the bag, and the ruling is he did. He being Adam Odd, of course. Nicholson in 4 games as a Baycat is 2 for 15. Plaz playing in, Cardoso playing in, both corners expecting the bunt. He squares around, Nicholson pops it up, lines it straight back to the backstop. Wasn't really popped up, it was lined straight to the screen. So 0-1 the count. Baycats trying to push the tying run to third base. Plaz ready. So is Cardoso. Does not square. Janice does not get the call. It's 1-1. Plaz ready with an open stance at third for each of these pitches in case the ball is not bunted in his direction and he needs to bounce back to the third base bag. They will not run a wheel play if the force is not on. Here's the 1-1. Checked his swing, doesn't matter, called strike. So Nicholson squared around on the first pitch, did not square around on the next two. And it is 1-2 now. Odd at second. Nicholson in the box. Here's the offering. Called strike 3. Brandon Nicholson goes down looking, and there's one gone now in the top of the 8th. So 1 out and a runner still in scoring position. The tying run still in scoring position, and Kyle Maves will step into the batter's box. Maves got the second hit for the Baycats in this game. A bloop single into left field. Plaz still playing in, Cardoso not as much in case Maves decides to square around. He does it on the first pitch. It's a breaking ball from Janice, and it'll miss for ball 1. The last walk Skylar Janice issued was against this Baycats ball club all the way back on June 9th in Barrie. 1-0. That's there for a strike. It's 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out, one on. 1-0 game. Here's the pitch. Fouled off by Maves, and it's 1-2 now. Janice looking for a big second out here before the lineup turns back over to the top, and Kenise Ijo, who's always a tough out. A perfect world would be a double play here for the Majors, but obviously the force not on right now, so that'd be difficult. Right-hander sets. Here comes the 1-2. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Deolio. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's a dangerous pitch. If it gets by Eduardo Deolio, then all of a sudden Adam Odd gets to third base, and he's 90 feet away from scoring the tying run, which means it could happen on a sac fly. Two count. Maves, the second baseman, 1 for 2 today. Facing Janice for the first time. The offering. Chopper towards second base. Krasminski charging, plays out on the big hop. Throw to first is low, but Cardoso fishes it out, and there's 2 gone. Not hit overly hard off the bat of Maves. Krasminski makes the play, throws to first, and so 2 gone. Adam Odd moves up to third, and now Kenisi Joe will step into the batter's box. Ejo, who's batting .366 coming into play tonight. 24 runs batted in. 25 standing over at third base if he can get a base hit here. But that's what he needs, a base hit. A fly ball doesn't score him with 2 out. Huge spot for the Baycats. And a huge spot for the Majors and Janice. Here's the pitch from the right-hander. On the ground towards shortstop. Mosher waits back. Throw to first. In time, and the Majors get out of it. Skylar Janice able to strand the leadoff double at third base. We're through 7.5 from Labatt Park. The Majors lead 1-0.
Hi, my name is Jess, and I'm a lane coach at Throw London. We'd love for you to join us with your friends or family for an axe throwing or knife throwing event. Come on down, throw sharp stuff, have a drink. We'd love to have you.
We head to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Labatt Memorial Park. Majors lead 1-0 after a big home run from Caden Cardoso in the home half of the 7th. Majors playing the first half of a home and home here tonight with the Barrie Baycats, and this one's lived up to every expectation. 2 of the top 4 teams in the Intercounty Baseball League facing off. 2 of the top left-handers in the Intercounty Baseball League facing off. And it is not disappointed so far. Majors up a run. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 in the London order. Drew Lawrence, Eduardo DeOlio, and Cleveland Brownlee for the Majors. There is action in the London bullpen. Victor Payano is getting loose. So we may see Payano to close things out in the 9th. The 2-sport athlete chance raining down at Drew Lawrence here. First pitch from Garces is up and away for ball 1. Glad you've decided to stick with us on a Friday night, a late Friday night. Lawrence skies this one just past the infield. Maves over to his right, and he will make the catch. There's one gone. This game got underway at 8:20 p.m. Well, 8:19 if we're being precise. 2 hours later, we're still not quite wrapped up at 10:30. Eduardo DeOlio will step into the batter's box now. DeOlio is 1 for 3 today. Came into the ball game 10 for his last 20. Now 11 for his last 23. Garces up at 93 pitches. Here's the pitch. DeOlio in the air. Foul territory. Going to be a long run for Nicholson. And it is a foul ball. Oh, on the count. DeOlio, after a slow start to the year, at one point his average was below 240, has really picked things up as of late. Here's the 0-1. Low and away, 1-1. DeOlio now up to 289 on the year. After this recent hot stretch. DeOlio gives this one a pretty good ride to the left center field gap, and it is down for a base hit. DeOlio charging around first, digging for two. Ijo picks it up. The throw in is not in time, and the Majors have a one-out base runner. DeOlio staying hot. He's got a double. Now 12 for his last 24, Eduardo DeOlio. Still hitting .500 over his last 6 games. And Cleveland Brownlee will step into the batter's box. Brownlee 1 for 3, has hit the ball hard, I believe all 3 times he's been up, if I'm remembering correctly. Sorry, 2 of the 3 times. The 2 most recent times he's stepped up to the plate, he has hit the baseball hard. Majors would love a ball in the gap that can score DeOlio with ease. The outfield for the Baycats is way back. They are in no doubles defense right now, with the left fielder Macabroda pretty much playing at the fence. Ijo is deep, but a little further in. Same for Nicholson and Wright. Here's the pitch from Garces. Misses to Brownlee low for ball 1. One-0 count, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Brownlee fouls it off. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. One count, 1 out. Eduardo DeOlio standing over at second base. He's a big insurance run if the Majors can push him across. The 1-1 pitch. Brownlee hits it hard left field. It's sinking quickly. It's going to get down. DeOlio getting the wave. It gets by Macabroda and left. DeOlio will score. Brownlee charging for second. There will be no throw. Cleveland Brownlee comes up clutch, and the Majors extend the lead. It's 2-0 in the bottom of the 8th. So we'll see how they score it, whether DeOlio scores on the error or on the initial single. He was certainly getting the wave from Majors manager Roop Channerdat, being aggressive in a big spot, and it is 2-0 London now. Brownlee will be relieved for a pinch runner. I believe that is Charlie Bowman out at second base. It's ruled a double for Cleveland Brownlee, so DeOlio comes in to score on the 2-base hit. Bowman now running out at second base with Reichstein at the plate. Byron fouls off the first pitch he sees. It's 0-1. Garces now at 100 pitches in the ball game. After that last offering to Reichstein, here's the 0-1. Line drive up the middle. It's going to skip in there on Hernandez. Throw to first is in time. If Hernandez was somehow able to catch it in the air, they had a double play with ease. Bowman was way off the bag, but he was unable to do so. So 2 gone. Bowman now stands over at third base, and Victor Plauz comes into the batter's box. As there's a mound visit here for the Barrie Baycats. Josh Matlow coming out to the rubber. We'll see if he takes the ball here from Garces. Lefty-righty matchup. I don't think Garces even gave him the time of day. I think he said, I'm finishing this off. And that's that. So Garces wants to face Plauz here. Plauz is 0 for 3 on the evening. A fly out, a strikeout, and a ground out. Trying to come up big against his former ball club and add some more insurance for the Majors. An added cushion would be to push across. Bowman from third. Plauz lines this one right back up the middle. It's a base hit. Bowman will trot in to score. Majors lead 3-0. Victor Plauz, a hard hit single right back up the middle. And the Majors now are up 3. So Caden Cardoso, the man who got this rally going, will step into the batter's box for London. He got the rally going back in the 7th inning with his long ball. Plas standing over at first base. Pretty good speed over there. Here's the offering. Cardoso takes the ball. It's 1-0. Cardoso 2 for 3. A hard hit single, a line drive, and a home run. Off the plate outside, 2-0 as Garces yanked that one. Jaco did a great job just keeping it in front of him. That's there for a strike. It's 2-1 to Cardoso. Payano still getting loose in the Majors bullpen. We'll see what the score has to get to for Payano not to come in. I would expect to see him no matter what, especially after he's gotten loose. Cardoso not happy with that call. Home plate umpire Ben Mercier says it's on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two out. Garces trying to get out of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch, cut on and missed for strike 3. Cardoso pleading his case as he walks back to the dugout, and we are through 8 complete here at Labatt Memorial Park. Majors lead 3-0. Looking to close it out when we come back on Majors TV.
Team has a potential to win another championship.
All the boys have talked about it in the clubhouse, getting that three-peat, you know.
You guys can win. You guys can win.
Hi, my name is Jess, and I'm a lane coach at Throw London. We'd love for you to join us with your friends or family for an axe throwing or knife throwing event. Come on down, throw sharp stuff, have a drink. We'd love to have you.
Get a look there as we get a pitching change brought to you by Throw London at the man who's going to be tasked with closing out the Barrie Baycats here on this Friday night. It is the big left-hander, Victor Payano. Payano this season, 15 games, 9 of them starts, 63 innings. He's got a record of 5-3 with a .271 earned run average. He's got 2 saves on the year, 15 walks, 86 strikeouts. Payano has been dominant, and he loosens up in a major spot here against Barrie. It will be 2, 3, and 4 in the Baycats order. Brandon Hernandez, Hayden Jaco, Nolan Macabrota stepping up. The exact part of the order you want if you're Barrie in this spot. Hernandez, 1 for 3 on the day as Country Roads take us home here at Labatt Park. That one was a single in his last at-bat. Has reached on an error and lined out to center field in the 2 prior trips to the plate. Crowd finishing the song off here. Squaring around a bunt is Hernandez, and he pulls back in time on a high fastball that misses. It's 1-0 to Payano, from Payano, I should say, to Hernandez. We'll see if the bunt is on again. It is not. That's there for a strike. It's 1-1. Payano is in a save situation. Looking for save number 3 on the year. Breaking ball. Hernandez nearly balked at it, but 2-1 the count as that one misses inside. Payano switching baseballs here. That's something we do see Payano do a fair amount. He likes to make sure he's got a good grip on the baseball. He will go through as many as he needs to get the one he likes. 2-1 count here to Brandon Hernandez. Trying to start the Baycats here in the 9th as Payano looks to put them away. The offering. That's there for a strike. It's 2-2. Payano brings heat, movement, and height. A tough combination. You can actually see Hayden Jaco on your screen right now trying to tie him up from as close to the right angle as possible. Breaking ball. Hernandez gets jammed, but floats it into center field. It's a base hit for the Baycats, and they're in business here to start the 9th inning. That one was not hit hard. It certainly could not have been comfortable for Hernandez with where the pitch was placed. But the result is a single. Barrie's got a runner aboard here for Hayden Jaco. Jaco is 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch. Jaco on the ground at third. Plaus scoops it. Looked at second. Had no play. Throws to first. And it's in time to get one out. Hernandez got a great break on that ground ball, so Plaus had no real shot of turning 2. Goes to first and gets the first out. Runner now in scoring position for Nolan Macabrota. Surely a little frustration for Payano. The double play was unable to be turned and now is no longer in order. Facing Macabrota here. Macabrota 0 for 3. Left-hander kicks and deals. Up and in on Macabrota for ball 1. The claps are going here for the Majors as the fans try to cheer on the left-hander Victor Payano. He'll look back at second. Dancing is Hernandez. The 1-0 home. That's on the corner. It's 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out. Macabrota just needs to get on for the Baycats. He's not the tying run. The tying run's on deck. 1-1 home. Doesn't get the call. DeOlio wanted it. It's 2-1 now. Two-1 count as Payano, the lefty, deals with the power bat of Macabrota at the plate. Peeks back at Hernandez. The offering. Breaking ball. Floats in there for strike 2. Macabrota baffled a little bit at that breaking ball. 2-2 the count. Two, one out. Hernandez at second. Here's the pitch. Misses. Count runs full now with one away. If Macabrota reaches, the tying run will come up to the plate in the form of Malik Williams. Payano sets. The payoff pitch. Misses. Ball 4. Payano tried to bring it with a fastball and ended up getting too much on it and throwing it into the dirt. So the result is the tying run coming to the plate as mentioned. Malik Williams is 1 for 3 today. He's got loads of power and could easily tie this ball game up with one swing. Batting .276 on the year. Just the one home run on the season though. Public address announcer Eric Collins trying to get the crowd going. His home run came all the way back on May 25th against Brantford in Barrie. Has not hit one since. Huge spot. 2 on, 1 out, Payano ready. Peeks back at Hernandez. Here's the pitch. Misses, ball 1. Payano having a bit of a hard time finding the strike zone right now. 13 pitches, only 6 of them strikes. That was a Josh is better chant at Malik Williams. Ballflower is always unique. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball. Floats in there and freezes Williams. It's 1-1. Thrilled you're with us here on this Friday night. Victor Payano trying to close it out for London. These two teams face off tomorrow in Barrie, so they don't have to wait long to see each other again. Here's the 1-1. Williams checked his swing, did not go around, did not find the strike zone. 2-1. Waiting on deck is Asafa Jones. Payano sets. Kicks and delivers. 2-1, chopped on the ground towards short. Mosher waits back, has no play at second. Throw to first is just in time to get Williams. A close play. Mosher had a hard time getting it out of his glove, but they're able to get Williams at first. Both runners advance into scoring position, and the tying run remains at the plate in the form of Asafa Jones. Eduardo De Olio will go out and talk to his pitcher, Victor Payano. Asafa Jones today, if it's any consolation for the Majors, is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, all swinging. Now, all of those at-bats came against Travis Keys. This is a new arm in a big spot. Who will win the battle? Will it be Payano? Will it be Jones? A lefty-lefty matchup. Payano ready's on the rubber. Outfield is in for the Majors. Pitch to Asafa Jones will miss for ball 1. Payano sets. Here's the offering. Swing and a miss, 1-1. The leadoff man got on for the Barrie Baycats on a jam shot single up the middle. Hayden Jaco then grounded out. Nolan Macabrota walked, and then Malik Williams grounded out. Second and third, 2 away. Payano deals to Jones. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Majors have the Baycats down to their final strike here. Crowd on their feet. Payano sets. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Victor Payano comes in and shuts the door for the Majors. They take down the Baycats in the front half of a home and home by a score of 3-0. What a game. What a game tonight from Labatt Memorial Park. Thrilled you were able to join us for this one. The Majors emerge victorious by a score of 3-0 and continue their good stretch of baseball. They won 3 of 4 last weekend. They are now winners of 4 of 5 and 3 in a row. After a victory over the Barrie Baycats, Travis Keys, a fantastic performance. And out of the bullpen, Skylar Janice shut the door. Victor Payano closes things out in the 9th inning. Ran into a little bit of trouble, but Victor Payano does not scare easily, and he is able to get out of it. We've got a post-game interview coming up with our player of the game. We'll get you who that is momentarily. Majors were tied 0-0 for quite some time. And then all of a sudden in the 7th inning, they were able to change that, get ahead, and never looked back. As we get things set up with our player of the game, we'll recap the pitching performances. Travis Keys in the ball game today, 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Skylar Janice, a scoreless inning of relief. And Victor Payano, a scoreless inning as well, walked a batter, struck out a batter. So our player of the game tonight is Caden Cardoso. Caden, can you hear me down there?
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
Caden, you came up clutch in a big spot for the Majors today. The home run to put the Majors on the board in the 7th inning. How did that feel for you in that moment?
Good. I mean, connected pretty good, but I mean, Keezy threw, shutout ball the whole day. It's probably should go to him, but I'll take it.
You know what? It was a tough choice between you and Travis Keys. You had a great game on Monday against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Another great game tonight. Hit the ball really well every time you came up. Why do you think that is?
I'm just trying to stick to an approach. Just see ball, hit ball, and hit it hard and hopefully it falls. And if it doesn't, walk back to the dugout and do it again the next time.
Love that mentality. All right, you got a big weekend coming up in Barrie tomorrow against Hamilton at home, and then a big week next week. What's the mentality for you and the ball club in this home stretch?
Go fucking win.
All right. Thanks very much, Caden. Great job tonight.
Yeah, go Mages.
We apologize for the language at home. A big thank you to Caden Cardoso for joining us here post-game on Majors TV. He is tonight's Nuthers Player of the Game, brought to you by Nuthers Awards. The Majors come out victorious. You knew today was going to be a great ball game between two of the Intercounty Baseball League's top teams, the Majors and the Barrie Baycats. It was scoreless up until the 7th inning, and then Caden Cardoso unleashed a long home run to right field. The Majors added 2 in the bottom of the 8th inning, and they emerged victorious by a score of 3-0 here today. You heard Cardoso mention it. Travis Keys, a fantastic performance on the mound for London. The Majors are back in action tomorrow against the Barrie Baycats, and then they host the Hamilton Cardinals here at Labatt Park on Sunday. 4:05 p.m. first pitch. We'll have all the action here for you on Majors TV. Thank you so much for dealing with the delay and staying with us on a late one tonight. For Director Cal Johnstone, Producer Keegan MacArthur, and the rest of our Majors TV crew, my name is Dylan Baker. Have a great night.